Hello, welcome to the stream. Hmm. Ooh la la. A ver. ये नहीं चालू ये लिम लबो ये लेकिन नहीं हुई है. ओके अब हो गई.
There are signs of hilly churl activity here. Could these be the hilly churls the requester was talking about?
Requester? In fact, hold on. You still haven't told me what you're doing here. I doubt that most travelers would have any reason to venture down this way.
We took a commission from the Adventurers Guild to investigate the chasm. Apparently a whole load of hilly churls have been gathering here, and the requester wants to know why. And now it looks like we finally found our first clue.
Do you want the answer?
Huh? You mean you know something about this?
As it happens, I do. It's understandable that you did not perceive anything unusual. What makes this the environment here weakens the effect of the curse.
Curse? Oh, Paimon remembers. Last time you guys were saying that Conria's people were cursed to immortality or something.
For centuries, I have suffered daily from the curse that was laid upon me. But here, and right here, right now, I can feel my body sending a strong message to me.
So, this place weakens the curse?
मोबाइल लैपटॉप
That's pretty
आए
incredible.
मतलब
But how?
क्या
That
मोबाइल
I shall
लैपटॉप.
need to investigate. But to the best of my knowledge, the Abyss Order does not have the technology to achieve this. Indeed. Do you know why Hilichurls wear masks? It's to hide their appearance, lest they catch sight of their reflection in a body of water. Compared to how they remember themselves, it is a terrible sight to behold. The curse of immortality denies death to those afflicted with it.
So, you mean there's a way to undo?
No. I mean that the body and soul will continue to be eroded until they are virtually non-existent, even if death is not the form that this erosion takes. When the Hilichurls realize that the end is nigh for them, it seems their instinct is to seek out a calm and dark corner of the world in which to finally say goodbye to the centuries of suffering they have endured. And of all the places they could lay down to rest, one that can ease the effects of their curse would surely be their first choice.
Wow. That's so...
Conversation's over. Brace yourselves.
What is it?
We're under attack.
Laid bare.
I'm here. Pew pew.
Witness my rise. Transfixed.
Let the show begin. What were those? And why did they attack
Black Serpent Knights. They once belonged to the Royal Guard of Khaenri'ah.
Wait a second. Royal Guard? So...
Yes, they were. But now, the curse engulfs them, and they fight with none of the honor they once had.
Because they've become pawns of the Abyss now?
Let's continue on.
Wait! Dane!
Seems we missed one. Wait, stand down. There's some...
What the heck? What was going on with that one? Was it trying to...
How is this possible? How could he have retained self-awareness for 500 years? But more importantly, why did he seem so... That would be a miraculous outcome indeed for a cataclysm that brought total doom and destruction. We should press onward to the city.
Looks like there's a strange energy surrounding the city. We can't go any further. Guess there should be a mechanism or something around here, right?
Don't waste your time.
Huh?
Khaenri'ah's technology, abyssal power. Two things I couldn't be more familiar with.
Okay, so the Abyss Order really is trying to hide something here. Dan seems like he really understands what's going on here. No wonder the Abyss Order doesn't want him around.
Not necessarily. The closer we draw, the more I am inclined to conclude that these ruins belong to a more ancient civilization still. The Abyss Order simply got to them before anyone else.
Even older than Khaenri'ah? Whoa.
That said, the architecture here does somewhat resemble that of Khaenri'ah. At least, it would if it were the other way up. Let's head toward the light over there. Mind your footing on the way ahead. It's a long way down.
Black Serpent Knights! Is this where they're based? Or wait,
We are likely drawing near to whatever the Abyss Order is trying to hide.
let's dance!
Overruled.
I'll protect us. Yeah! Hey, look! Vines! You should be able to climb up, right? Oh no! More Black Serpent Knights! Huh? They're not coming after us! Are they just trying to... Huh! These knights seem like they're hiding something behind them!
Hold on, I think they...
Ah! They're coming!
This is where you fall.
Black Serpent Knights have nothing to do with the Abyss Order's secret.
So, what exactly is going?
As I said, for these hilly churls, the end is nigh. They have grown old and fearful of the light, even become one with the darkness. And yet the curse continues to corrode them.
But why would the Black Serpent Knights want to stay? More of them are closing in! It's him! The guy that came out of nowhere and disappeared again! And now they're retreating! Did it...
Halfdan?
Whoa! What?
Could it be? If it's as I suspect.
Dane?
You want to know why they were gathered here guarding the hilly churls, don't you? It's because as far as the Black Serpent Knights are concerned, they're simply doing their duty. The one who ordered them to retreat just now. I suddenly recognized him. I knew him as a young man. An elite in the royal...
So, he's from 5...
To this day, I still remember the final orders. The Twilight Sword, gave to Halfdan on the day of disaster in Khaenri'ah. Before I made inform all Black Serpent Knights to protect the people of Khaenri'ah.
छी बे क्या हुआ बे?
Because we, of course, were royal guards. But this would mean nothing in the events that followed. Royals, gentry, common folk. These identities made no difference against the might of the gods. The only identity that mattered was being from Khaenri'ah. These Black Serpent Knights have lost their intellect. But perhaps, in whatever remains of their minds, they are still protecting the people of Khaenri'ah. If you see these ruins as Khaenri'ah in the throes of disaster, and these hilly churls as the people crying for help, then suddenly, I can make sense of what I'm hearing.
Then, what are they saying?
Though it is barely discernible, I can just about make it out. They keep repeating a word from the old language of Khaenri'ah. Run. Even I have to admit, the fact their will is strong enough to survive 500 years of erosion. It is nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, so...
It doesn't matter. Even I took them for enemies for a moment. Let's keep heading toward the light at the top. I believe the Black Serpent Knights will no longer try to stop us.
Sure enough, we aren't seeing any more Black Serpent Knights. Guess that Halfdan guy really did recognize Captain Dane, huh?
ये कर रहा है?
An impressive bounty.
कर दिया था बची.
Dane, why so quiet?
I'm just thinking, nothing more. If you're trying to console me, I can assure you there is no need.
Fine.
Mora. Okay.
Hey, look! There's no door sealing this room off. Looks like we can finally head to the room in the center. Come on, let's go! water pool is upside down. Dane, do you have any idea at all how it works?
The pool must be part of the entire city structure. And more importantly, it is the very thing that is weakening the curse. Here, my whole body feels more at peace than it has in a long time. The effect...
Cleansing? So that means the water in that pool can wash away the curse for good?
No, that would be impossible.
How are you so sure?
I have lived with this curse for 500 years, and I have been fully conscious the entire time. Suffice to say, it is a way of branding us at the level of the fate of the world itself. When a god applies a curse, it takes effect at a higher level of reality than the person themselves. Even now,
Okay.
I can feel becoming part of me, slowly but surely replacing me. Perhaps it may be possible to suppress the corrosive effect of the curse for a time, but consider it tantamount to burning away an integral part of your body. It is not a process that one could ever hope to survive.
Huh? Cleansing the curse cost you your life? Whoa. An irreversible curse!
In any case, I can feel that the water's cleansing effect is not nearly potent enough.
So, what's that contraption there? It looks kind of out of place.
Frankly, I have never seen a device of this design before either. It is not an...
Halfdan's back again!
Halfdan, do you have something to say to me?
He ran off! But
He's indicating that we should follow him. Are you coming?
true. Halfdan jumped down over there! Let's follow him! Looks like Halfdan disappeared at the far end of this...
Perhaps whatever lies ahead is what he wants us to see.
Laid bare.
Let's dance. Go. Yeah. There are more signs of haiiiii activity here.
मार तो दिया।
haiiiii camp? Let's go see. It's a humble haiiiii camp. Oh, these haiiiii look like they're in pretty bad shape too. Some of them look like they've already taken their final breath. Is this what Halfdan wanted to show us?
Whether it is or not, everything here is worth investigating in detail. Inspect the area. Leave no stone unturned.
भाई ये जब भी मैं करता हूँ ना क्वेस्ट, मेरे को इतना वो लगता ना,
Seems like
दूर लगता.
these haiiiii have no life left in them at all. Before long, they'll become one with the darkness. The haiiiii we meet in the wild are always so rowdy. Paimon never would have imagined that this is how they spend their final days. We may not have a whole lot of happy memories dealing with haiiiii, but still. Haiiiii usually store food in crates but these seem pretty much empty. Is it because they're so... Even if they don't need to eat anymore, Paimon bets they still miss food for the flake. There's even a bonfire here. Like, wait, but wasn't Dane saying that haiiiii get scared of the light when they reach the very end of their... Maybe, in the very, very end, they still want to feel some light and warmth. Oh. Just thinking aloud here. Could also be another reason. How did that
It's
flower
so
get
loud.
this far underground? Did someone bring it in memory of the deceased haiiiii? Hey, now that you mention it,
It is the national flower of Kanria, the Intivat. It once bloomed all over. It would only last 2 weeks before wilting. But if you were to pluck one and take it out of Kanria, the petals would stop growing and turn hard. Only when it finally returned to its home soil would the petals grow soft once more, and finally turn to dust. So the Intivat is a symbol for a wanderer far from home, signifying the tenderness of the homeland.
so for this flower to get here, it must have been brought from...
Your Highness, so the proposal finally has your blessing?
In focusing single-mindedly on confronting the heavenly principles, we neglected our original mission, the revival of the homeland. I should not have been so indecisive.
The device is almost ready. We await your command.
What are the chances of succeeding?
Theoretically speaking, approximately...
Forget it. Even a for too long have we dwelt in the abyss. Surely they would rather return to the natural cycle of life and death as soon as possible than continue to exist as they are. Without they cannot be made to continue paying the price for those so-called sins.
The Order is most fortunate to be graced with your decision.
Lumine. You saw something, didn't you? Can you tell me what it was?
Yeah, you zoned out for...
Well, people do say that it sounds as if they are attempting to make use of certain equipment to cleanse the curse. It could... And you say she mentioned the revival of the homeland, correct? No surprise there. It appears as if the Abyss Order plans to use this location to cleanse the haiiiii of their curse and restore them to the way they once were. Then, they will serve as the foundation for reviving the After all, there can be no nation without a people. It is the height of foolishness. They have no chance of success. Not even— I told you already that no one knows this curse better than I, having lived with it for 500 years. There is no trying to remove it by force will achieve nothing but to inflict further suffering. So make sure you are clear in your mind. You have to tell yourself, if you cling to false hope and allow yourself to become too emotionally invested, the only way is down. You will end up just like them. Save your strength for something worth saving. Oh? But of course, I am merely someone you hired for a task, while she is your sister. It is only natural for you to side with her. But whatever decision you make cannot deter me from mine. My chosen path is to stop the abyss. If we have reached an impasse, I see. It seems that the 3 questions I put to you on our first meeting were worthwhile. You have developed very well. Since you have volunteered your true thoughts on this matter, right now, I have a more immediate agenda than stopping the Abyss. That is to say, the Abyss's actions here directly dishonor the final wishes of Halfdan and my other compatriots. I cannot allow this to proceed. The Abyss may appear at any moment. Be on your guard at all.
We can see the Upside Down City from here, too.
Wait, watch out!
What's going on? Is that light coming from the room in the center?
The mutation is continuing. Has the Abyss made its move on?
I see your incessant meddling continues, and that you have once again joined forces with our Highness's kin. Regrettably, I was not in time to control your exit from the network, and it sent you here of all places.
I am surprised that you dare to face me. You ran like a coward last time.
Our Highness's will must be done. All interferences must be this time. The curse that torments our people must be undone.
You are the only ones who torment them. There is nothing else left of those hilly churls. Nothing besides the curse itself.
Say what you wish. I am going nowhere.
Then you will give your life just to delay the inevitable. How absurd. But since you wish to persist, then
Udah naik.
think you can use that device beneath the pool to cleanse this curse?
Do not underestimate the weight of the abyss. This device cannot provide a cleansing effect of the water, not tenfold, but 100-fold.
Then I overestimated you. This plan is even cruder than I thought.
Decimate all life will perish.
Can't handle your drink.
Laid bare.
There's no time to celebrate. The Abyss Order's device is activating, but there's still time to destroy.
All right, let's...
Look, the amplification device. Am I too late? They're in agony. This is no way for them to meet their end. Find a way to stop that thing. Don't do it!
Oh भाई
I thought he would have been turned to ashes in an instant. Halfdan's soul is extraordinarily resilient.
Meddling fool! Encumber us no more!
Don't you have a greater encumbrance to worry about? Come on. This is your grand opportunity. Take him out and deactivate the device.
Behold!
I'll protect us.
The Abyss has come. Hear the truth. Peace be with you.
बे यार ये आसिफ की मैं की यहाँ आसिफ बोल रहा हूँ अभी
Let the show begin.
Of grace. With the light,
बे यार
peace be with you.
Transfixed.
By holy proclamation,
Go on. Witness
the
my
power,
pitiful.
the truth shall set you free.
I'll protect us. I'm a rock.
Grace be upon you.
हो गया तेरा, बाय बाय।
Let the show begin.
बाय बाय।
What do we do now? The and Halfdan.
No! As long as the device is active, the cursed are rendered powerless. Only you can take on the... If you value his sacrifice, then do not waste any more time here. See all these rays of light and portals? They must have installed several of these energy devices in various locations. Find them.
So, we have to go through these abyss portals?
चलो
Everlasting as the moon. Overruled.
Haiiiii are really suffering. I'll protect us. Huh. Hachi. Huh. Huh. Quick, destroy the devices and put an end to the Haiiiii.
ठीक है।
Laid bare. This is where you fall. Overruled.
Pew-pew. Let's dance.
Laid bare. Commendable.
I'm a rock. Huh. 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 Huh.
Everlasting as the moon.
Okay, it's gone dark all around now. Shall we head back to the room in the center? So, that's it.
The burning sensation has indeed stopped.
So, we managed to stop the Abyss Order's plan?
Let me check.
Dane must be really upset. Of all the ways to be reunited with one of his former comrades after so long.
Let's go. Huh?
Okay. Collab done.
Apologies, Captain Dainsliff, Twilight Sword. Back then, I failed you, and failed to protect our people.
No. For 500 years, you have faithfully done your duty. To this day, I am proud of you all.
Conria didn't fall, did it? Since you're still here.
Correct. So, no need to revive the homeland.
That was Halfdan's soul.
More than one kind of strange power exists here. Souls are no strange sight under the circumstances. Still, if you intend to venture deeper in and continue your investigation, you ought to be careful.
You bet. We'll be super careful. Oh, but Dane, does this mean you're not coming with us?
That device took a severe toll on me. It will take me some time to recover.
Oh, right. Well, actually, Paimon already knew that. You've clearly been pushing through the pain this whole time. You've earned a good rest, Dane. Oh, you should take a
Vacation? The very notion. This word has no business being in my vocab. There are more important things that demand my attention. The Loom of Fate operation, and I suspect that these amplification devices are connected to that plan. Thank you for understanding. I only hope that next time we meet, you know whose side you're on.
Sheesh. He sure knows how to hold a grudge. Saving that snide remark right until the end. Well, shame that we didn't get to see your sister again. But at least we learned some useful info, huh? As long as you keep pressing on with your journey, you guys will definitely meet again. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. The real reason we came here was to investigate what was going on with the Hilichurls, wasn't it? We've probably seen enough to report back to the miner now. But, we'll figure it out. Just don't forget about the commission when we're done here.
Okay. चलो अब जाते हैं हम सुमेरु.
Made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful. But Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue. statue of the sun. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some... Wait a second. Look! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than want... Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little... Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
Good.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Oh, wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she? Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our... When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us. Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then... Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something. But, look. She's sitting over there. Wait, what should we do now? Alright then. It's not like we have anyone else we can... Oh! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your tip... Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? What's happening? Traveler? This is...
So, पहले खाना खा के वैसे आने वाला था बस
Are you sure it's not serious?
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even...
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I... Oh, no thanks are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. I'll get it for you
ये
once I'm
घंटे
finished here. Now, the guide to Avidia Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board, but if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. Oh,
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now, it is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training in meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as Spirit Borneal to help. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences, or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait, hold on a second.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is, if you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh,
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed. So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid. Good. Now, continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
seriously? We just arrived and Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really... hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well,
Yes.
considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't... If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case... Oh, Paimon gets it now. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out, but it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Come. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Let's go, let's go. Yeah.
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will.
Look, Kale. Today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah! Since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Got it! I'll be right there! Alright, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count. So, Kale, Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but,
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be they handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention As for Master, today we can
Paimon, Traveler, this way!
You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make... no problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that... It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master will... Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you... by the way,
that depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Huh? Oh, is that the name of the
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared on a great... According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in this...
Then what happened?
Well, and then...
You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the...
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Because you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also, if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm. Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but...
Sorry. I was rambling on.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon so... How do you know that...
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be in a... Yep. So please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from some...
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Great...
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to... So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue.
You both have my thanks. Well, you two...
Now that Paimon... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Or you might be right. The statue. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure. Let's get started on cleaning this. Nice work. That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back.
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing.
Hello, Pochicha. Hello, Himanshu. Hi, how are you?
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides,
I prepared a nice portable dish that forced. What? No, you dropped it. Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
oh, whew. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so...
You really know how to compliment the chef. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime.
Yay! Thanks, Kale!
मस्त है बताओ अरे
So,
मजा है
Paimon knocks stuff over all the time.
लेकिन
but
थोड़े
he's never said
सीन भी है
Oh no, you've got the wrong idea about Master.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है
Sure,
वैसे
it
तो
may seem a bit harsh at first. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that... Oh, by the way, you've heard of...
भाई
the
अच्छा नहीं लग रहा मेरे को आई डोंट नो
Well, there's a
व्हाई
group called...
सोलो लेवलिंग क्या गेम खेलने वाला है क्या नहीं रे
Anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages
कभी
from
नहीं
academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were... Master could obviously have a bright future in the academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a fork. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pocket.
Really? Paimon would have... Oh, speaking of Tainari,
अच्छा है
he was the one who took
यस
care of you after... Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after...
Hey! Don't laugh!
उनका स्टाररेल पे भी बहुत
Concerned about
लोग चले गए स्टाररेल मैं गया था मेरे को पसंद नहीं है सॉरी आई डोंट नो मेरे को ये गेम और एक और गेम आने वाली है वो मैं करूँगा आई थिंक सो आज तो मेरा लास्ट ही वो होएगा
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon did...
No, I just... I...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine.
फाइनल फैंटेसी ट्राई किया है कुछ नहीं ट्राई किया ब्रो
Like that. Oh,
मैं ये गेम खेलता हूँ
now...
फोर्टनाइट और वो सब
Let's hurry
खेलता हूँ
back
बस
to
मैक्सिमम
Ganarville. I think...
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a... Let's go, let's go.
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay. Get...
तेरा तो गेंशिन अकाउंट मैक्स लेवल होने वाला था ना यस गेंशिन अकाउंट हैक हो गया ये
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood.
कोऑर्डिनेट तो छोड़ दिया मैं फिर
It's you two.
50 लेवल
I was just about to go look
ओके
for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply,
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute.
no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She had... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have...
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep. Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard... So just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell... Well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So, now she wishes to reciprocate.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child,
Hmm.
she's been afflicted with a
Elazar.
disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or hold. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied.
What? The Fatui?
It appears you already are familiar with them. That'll save me... Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been
I
given to a
hate the
harbinger
doctor.
known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through...
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her...
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time. Kale once...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. As long as though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine.
Yeah, we'd like to do...
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous...
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilot Pala...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find...
तो दूर ऐसे नहीं जाते ना
Nilote palalotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilote palalotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant... There should be Nilote palalotus. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the...
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilote palalotuses. Let's head back to meet Tighnari.
Chibe.
The lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good.
Chibe, Surya.
Very good. These are... I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Hey, Tighnari!
Oh, Tighnari, someone's calling your name.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the... Let's go find out what's going on.
तो ठीक है 2-3 को मना रहे हैं ठीक है
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at...
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been... Can you tell me the exact
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision,
Claro.
and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision.
Wait, Tighnari!
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru range. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the wither...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with... Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the element.
Seems the rumors about you were true then. In that case, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of...
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're gonna have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area... Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme... You ready then? Let's go.
Let us go.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Transfixed.
begin?
Overruled.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
I'm a bit rusty.
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering. Yes. Thanks to you two, we were able...
Tainari? You make it sound like we did.
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which withering zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before... If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on... For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase...
Huh? But why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar case... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It said... Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it... I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from... The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro... And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those... I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long... Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Okay.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it...
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. Huh? Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first...
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait.
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the ration?
Let's find out. Here, traveler. Take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Ermin's soul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, though I don't intend to apologize, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumer. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Ermin's soul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for her. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her. No, I should be the one thanking you. You...
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
बोल पात भाई છે ને ત્યાં જાય પાછળ જ मैं नहीं મળે ભાई मैं नहीं आया आओ तो मानना पड़ेगा ठीक है मार देता
There you are! Hypatia!
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh.
डोमेन में है क्या ठीक है
Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
You're in for a little shock.
दूंगा।
Go on.
Come a little closer.
Transfixed.
वो
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
मैं ये जगह याद है मेरे को। होता है यहाँ पे।
I'm here.
Yes.
Strange place. Plotting.
Overruled.
Let's spark things up a little.
Transfixed.
All life will perish.
Laid bare.
Let's go.
The end is nigh.
I'll protect us.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now.
क्या हो गया? फिर से आ गई क्या पावर? ठीक है.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing. Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes sense. Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water.
I see. So, you're friends. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't break. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around.
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scare you away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have... I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Ermin's soul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari meant... Sorry about that. Sounds like just drink...
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, alright, we're out, traveler. Today's menu will feature...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been...
Sure.
All done! Let's... Go, Barbara, go!
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with her. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without...
So why does this incense allow people to connect to...
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to... Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great...
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question.
तेरे को बोला था ना इसे में आ साले कभी इसे में हाँ इसे में हूँ आ नहीं सकता अच्छा तो इसे में क्या शिट यार पता नहीं इसे में कैसे था लेकिन इसे में है क्या अच्छा ठीक है ओके 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 कोई बात नहीं इसे में ही रहता
It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit-born ale should no longer trigger... I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
साले स्ट्रीम पे देख ले था कि नहीं
Serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
हाँ था
तो
As a member of the
मेरे को मन नहीं
retired
कर
Starshan at the academia,
वाह
my main area of research is the stars and their connection to
साले
the
बियॉन्ड
fate of
कैप्चर में
living
बैठा था ज्वाइन नहीं
beings.
कर सकता
But, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my
वाह
perception
तूने क्या
wasn't
बोला
so
था वीसी ज्वाइन
limited.
कर बैठ
Unfortunately,
वीसी
I
हाउस के
cannot
बाद तूने
guarantee
बोला
that
किस
my
वीसी
every
में आना मैं
I am
बियॉन्ड कैप्चर में
currently in
कब
the
से
stage
बैठा
of
था
training known as Satyavada life.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं
Many researchers in Sumeru
मैं
have
तो
lost
लाइलो
their
में ही
minds
बैठता हूँ
while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this
भाई
stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge and touch. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be...
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the dead. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh. Is that...
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
पता लग गया क्या
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence
मेरे
their
को
dreams.
लगा था लौड़ा
The
पे
fact that the people of
सॉरी
Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of
क्या
wisdom,
पता
is keeping
डुअल
us away from the
पर्सनालिटी
foolish delusions you encounter
हो
in your
सकता
sleep.
है बीसी
I
लौड़ा
was
भी
born into a family of
एमसी सब हो
scholars in
सकता हूँ
Sumeru City.
ओ
Ever since I was a
मल्टी
child, I
मल्टी
studied
प्लस
hard,
वो
enrolled
पर्सनालिटी
as a
ऐसा
student in the
हम
academia,
पर्सनालिटी
and went on to become a
यस
researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I back then. I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming
वो भाई
isn't as...
बोलो ना
Just be sure not to speak of this if you
मतलब
travel to
आपको
Sumeru
क्या
City.
लगता है ये स्ट्रीमिंग में
They'll
बैकग्राउंड
look at you
वगैरह
as if you've lost your mind.
कितना इम्पोर्टेंस है
So,
इसकी
do you have any
बैकग्राउंड
thoughts
की
about the things he
नहीं
saw
है
when he connected with Irminsul?
है
Sorry.
नहीं है
I'm afraid I
नहीं
don't have any answers as of
ये तेरे
now.
वेबकैम में
All
बैकग्राउंड
I
की
can
कोई
say is that
अहमियत नहीं
what
है
he
मतलब
saw
ये कहना
is a
चाहता है
यस
What?
और
If
ऐसा क्यों
only I
लगता
could
है तुझे
ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some
दिखाता
more
हूँ
हम्म
ये है ठीक है मेरा बैकग्राउंड अगर मैं इसमें बनाने वाला हूँ मुझे इस
ये तेरा
बैकग्राउंड को मैं
ये तेरा ऐसा क्यों आ
आ,
जाता है ये क्या कंपनी का सिंबल होता है
कौन सा
ये
अबे
जो
वो
कैमरा बंद
एनवीडिया
करके आता
ब्रॉडकास्ट
है
का है
अच्छा
अगर मैं
हैं ये
ऐसा
बट एनवीडिया
बैकग्राउंड रखूँ
ब्रॉडकास्ट का क्या काम है
नहीं मैं अभी चालू किया ये तेरे को दिखाने के लिए कि अगर मेरे पास बैकग्राउंड नहीं होता
हाँ हाँ
तो ऐसा
अच्छा तो
दिखता
तू तू अभी ये यूज कर रहा है क्या बोलते हैं
मैं सिर्फ कैमरा यूज कर रहा हूँ एनवीडिया ब्रॉडकास्ट यूज नहीं करता
अरे मैं तेरे को क्या बोल रहा
हम्म,
हूँ तू अभी वेबकैम ही यूज कर रहा है और एनवीडिया वो एनवीडिया का वो जो फीचर है उससे वो कर रहा है तू
हाँ
रिमूव करने वाला उसमें होता है ना कुछ मैंने
हाँ
देखा था
हाँ है ना
हाँ
बैकग्राउंड
तो
रिमूवल
वो
है ना
हाँ तो तू वो यूज कर रहा है राइट
हम्म,
ओके थोड़ा हिलियो ऐसे नाचियो वाचियो डांस वांस करियो
क्या हिलू मतलब क्या करूँ मैं ले
तो ये
हेलो
वैसे खड़ा नहीं होना है मतलब कुछ भी ऐसे हील थोड़ा सा कि वो
हाँ
कितना
ठीक है
परफेक्ट है
कोई उतना ज्यादा नहीं है लेकिन है थोड़ा बहुत तो परफेक्ट है
तेरी उंगलियां का
ये
ओके
ले
ठीक ठाक है मतलब शार्पनिंग वगैरह
या,
बीच बीच की रह जाएगी लेकिन जो एजिस वगैरह है वो लग जाएंगे एजिस के समझ रहा हूँ
यस
और अगर पीछे ग्रीन बैकग्राउंड है तो बेटर तरीके से करेगा है ना
हाँ अगर तेरे पास ग्रीन स्क्रीन है तो लगा ले वो काफी अच्छा
नहीं
है वैसे
नहीं ऐसे
बोल रहा
क्या लगता है
हूँ
तेरे को क्या ऐसे विदाउट बैकग्राउंड सही लगता है या क्या
मैंने तो बैकग्राउंड बनाया है तो मैं तो लगा रहा हूँ बस होता है
हम्म
If you two are ever in the area again,
एक बात बता
please be
वॉल
sure
भी
to come
यूज
and
कर
see
सकते
me.
हैं राइट
There's no need to be
हम्म
thanking me.
ऐसे
You
समझ ले
two are my
तूने
saviors.
अगर
Besides,
बस बाई
I'm
चांस
already
भाई
looking forward to
मैं
tasting some more
अगर
of
तेरे
your
को कोई
cooking.
देख भी रहा है तो भाई देखो ये सब बातें चल रही है मैं बहुत शाय बंदा हूँ भाई मेरे से मैं पो को पूछ लो तुम मैंने खुद ही कितनी इनसे वीडियो कॉल वगैरह पे बात की होगी इतने साल हो गए
मैं नहीं करता ये वीडियो कॉल में बात एक बारी सिर्फ ऐसे ऐसे करके एक बारी मुंह दिया ऐसे करके बस बाकी मिला हूँ तभी इसका मुंह देखा है ठीक से मैंने
मैं अपने भाई लोग कुछ भी सोचने पड़ जाएंगे भाई
बाय
अगर कोई वहाँ
Now
मेरे
that I
चैनल
know
से
who
देखना है
Paige
तो
is,
भी
alright,
सोच रहा
and
होगा
had the chance to ask her some
कि ये
questions,
ऐसी बातें क्यों
I
कर
now
रहा है
think
और
it's
जो
about
नए हैं
time to
उनके
head
लिए
back
तो
to
क्या है उनके लिए नई
Gandharvaville.
बात भी नहीं है वो सोचेंगे कि ठीक है कर रहा है वगैरह लेकिन तुम नहीं समझ पा रहा भाई कि कितनी बड़ी बात है वो मेरे लिए।
यस
पर्सनली मैं अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स के साथ वीडियो कॉल पे बात नहीं करता भाई, क्योंकि मेरे को पता नहीं बहुत शर्म आती है और मेरे को बेकार लगता है भाई।
मैं भी सोच रहा हूँ ये बैकग्राउंड मेरा अच्छा तो है वैसे तो मेरे को ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी मैं सोचता हूँ कभी कभी कि ग्रीन स्क्रीन मेरे पास जो है मैं लगा लूँ, बट
और
फिर
मैं ये
लगता है कि
सोचता हूँ,
भाई ये वेस्ट हो जाएंगे, मैं क्या ही करूँगा ऐसे।
और मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि तेरे को ग्रीन स्क्रीन की जरूरत नहीं लगती है मुझे। मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि अगर बैकग्राउंड अच्छा है, ठीक है,
हाँ तो ज़रूरत ही नहीं है ना।
तो ग्रीन स्क्रीन की जरूरत नहीं है। आई गेस एक प्रॉपर बैकग्राउंड होना अच्छी बात होती है, कोई ना बैकग्राउंड होने से। समझ रहे हैं? जैसे कि ये तेरा बैकग्राउंड है, ठीक है, तो ये थोड़ी सी रियलिटी वाली वाइब दे रहा है ना, मतलब रियल रियल लग रहा है, समझ रहा है, थोड़ा ऐसा क्लोज लग रहा है कि भाई हम भी तेरे रूम वगैरह
क्या
में थे
रियल रियल लग रहा है, मतलब क्या रियल ही है ये कोई फेक नहीं है। हेलो
मतलब मैं डीप फेक नहीं बोल रहा हूँ भाई, तू नहीं समझ रहा। आई एम नॉट
दिखाता हूँ,
टॉकिंग
रुक जा,
अबाउट एआई।
ये ले ये ये कुछ रुक जा रियल नहीं लगता लवड़े को,
अबे
रियल वाइब दे रहा है बोलता है।
अरे यार, तो भाई मेरी बात ही नहीं समझा भाई, इतना घटिया कोई एआई से जनरेट भी क्यों करेगा?
टेढ़ा बना हुआ है बिच्छू, टेढ़ा है।
तो वो सोचना कि मैं इसको गलत उस वे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। अगर गलत होता भी तो कोई एआई से जनरेट भी ऐसा भी क्यों करेगा, ऐसा बैकग्राउंड क्यों कोई
Keep your
जनरेट करेगा,
emotions in
कोई
check,
अच्छा था।
Gulam. Let's at least
अब
listen
बुरा
to
मत मानियो
Tainar.
भाई।
Sage Kage.
वाह
नहीं
मैं
मैं
बुरा मानता हूँ, अच्छा
नहीं वो नहीं कह रहा हूँ मैं, लेकिन तू थोड़ा समझदार है भाई, तो तेरे को
I
पता
am
होगा
merely a
कि
forest watcher.
तेरे को एक्सेप्ट कर
How
लेना चाहिए
could
कि
the
तेरा
great
बैकग्राउंड
minds of the
अच्छा तो है, लेकिन
Haravatat have
ऐसा तो नहीं
any
होता है
need of someone
परफेक्ट
like me?
बैकग्राउंड।
हाँ
और कोई एआई से ऐसा क्यों जनरेट करेगा? मैं बोल रहा हूँ रियल लगता है, इन द सेंस मेरा कहने का मतलब है थोड़ा सा कनेक्टेड लगता है, समझ रहा है? कोई भी स्ट्रीम जो भी स्ट्रीम कर रहा है उसका रूम
हम्म।
देख पा रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा क्लोज लगता है, जैसे उसकी गोद में ही बैठे हो आप, कुछ मतलब वैसे नहीं
ए ए
वैसे नहीं,
ठीक है।
Well,
मतलब
it
क्लोज
turns
लगता है
out
भाई।
that your
ऐसा
refusal
बोलो।
letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a
तो बैकग्राउंड
renowned
इरेज
sage
कर
of
देते हैं तो
Yamota,
भाई
after all.
नकली नकली सा
So
पुतला
I
लगता
see.
है मेरे को तो।
Well, Tainari, your master
देख
is an integral part of this effort.
तेरे को तो लेना ही पड़ेगा
He
वैसे तो
requires your
ग्रीन स्क्रीन,
assistance.
क्यों?
क्योंकि एक बात बताता हूँ,
हम्म
ये जो तू बोल रहा है ना कि एनवीडिया ब्रॉडकास्ट से ये वो
हम्म
सही से हो जाता, लेकिन यार बैकग्राउंड में अगर कोई भी बंदा आया या तो भी तेरे को मतलब बताऊं तो तेरी बीवी आई, ठीक है,
हाँ हाँ
तो वो भी आएगी ऐसा करके ऐसा करके तो वो भी आएगी, ऐसा नहीं है कि उसे भी ब्लर कर दे।
हम
हाँ
हाँ वो सही बात है तेरी।
तो तेरे को ग्रीन स्क्रीन जख मरा के लेना ही पड़ेगा,
And what
लेकिन
exactly does my
या तो फिर
master
उसे बोलना
want?
पड़ेगा बाहर सोफे पे।
लेकिन मेरे को टाइमिंग भी मैं चेंज कर सकता हूँ ना,
क्या
समझ रहा है? मतलब क्या पता मैं शाम के टाइम पे कर लूँ, रात को
You'll
ना करूँ,
know once you've arrived in
समझ रहा है?
Sumeru
अबे पर
City.
फिर भी तो आ ही सकती है, कोई वो थोड़ी ना है, पूरा दिन बाहर ही रहती है क्या वो, सिर्फ रात को
एक मिनट
तेरे रूम में आती
How
है।
long will I
एक
be
मिनट
required to stay?
हाँ बताने जाएगा, मैं बताता हूँ पूरे दिन बाहर रही हो।
There's no definite answer as of now. Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot...
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
It's nothing. Some
साला
people
मेरे
from the
साथ एक मेजर
academia
इशू पता है
wanted me
क्या
to
है?
go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project,
क्या
but
मेरे
all
साथ
that
एक
can
मेजर
wait.
इशू पता है क्या है?
How did things
क्या
go with the
It was quite the eventful trip.
भाई
But the main thing
मैं
is,
खुद
Very
भी
good.
फैमिली फ्रेंडली
Now that
कंटेंट
the
बनाना
traveler
चाहता
has
हूँ
made a
मैं
full
गाली
recovery,
वगैरह नहीं देना
there
चाहता
shouldn't
हूँ
be.
ठीक है
that's right. We want to meet Lesser
लेकिन
Lord Kusanali and ask
मैं
him
अपने
for
आजू
advice.
बाजू का ऑरा
Sorry,
तो वो नहीं
I'm
कर मतलब
afraid I
ऑरा
don't
बोल
have
रहा
any
हूँ
advice.
एनवायरनमेंट तो नहीं कर सकता ना
Do you at least know
जिन लोग के
anyone
साथ
we can
बैठा
try
हूँ
asking in
ठीक है
Sumeru City?
उन सबको तो नहीं चेंज कर
Let me
सकता
think.
वो तो कैसे लोग हैं तुझे पता ही
My
है
trips to Sumeru
तो मैं
City
सोच
have been
रहा हूँ
fairly
भाई
short.
काश और
How
कब
about this? I'll
वो
write you a
मेरी
letter of
स्पॉन्सरशिप
introduction
वगैरह
that you
समझ
can
रहा
give to a
है वो
researcher
स्पॉन्सर
I know.
वगैरह खुल जाए
He's
हमारा
from the
ठीक
Amor
है
to Darshan,
तो
and is also,
मैं
when you
जो
enter
18 प्लस
Sumeru City,
कंटेंट है
you'll probably end up receiving
लाइक
something
गालियाँ
like
वगैरह
this
ठीक है
item here.
तो
यस
I'm
वो
not
वो
sure if it
कंटेंट
will
जो
ever
है
come
वो
in
मैं
handy for you,
स्पॉन्सर
but
ओनली
maybe
पे
you
कर
can
सकूँ
give it a try.
Oh, what is
तो
it?
टीवी
कर
में
ही
जो है
सकता है
मेरा
ना
होता है
Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legacy
और
of
हम
Lord
उतनी ही नहीं
Rubenstein.
देते बे
Some say that this item is the
अबे
very
हम
basis
नहीं
of
देते हैं
Sumeru's
दोनों तो
reputation as the city of wisdom. Needless to say,
अरे
this
वो तो
device
ठीक
and
है
its usage
बाकी भी
fall under
देते
the
होंगे
academia's
लेकिन
expertise, so
वो
I'll leave
वो
it to
लोग
them
भी
to show you how to use
क्या
it.
बोलते हैं
पापा
वेलो
का
या तो फिर बेंच क्या
हाँ ये
बोलते हैं
देख हाँ ये देख हराम ज्यादा
अरे वो तो जान बच के बोल रहा
साला
हूँ वेलो या तो फिर जिस पे भी वो क्या बोलते हैं थोड़ा सा रेंज जो है ऐसा गेम हो तभी खेलता है ना लाइक क्या बोलते हैं उसे पमल पार्टी
Is she doing better
हाँ
now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to
ओ
her bed all
भाई
this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. She knew you two would be leaving soon.
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell, and
बट कभी कभी लगता है कि भाई उतना भी नहीं देना चाहिए लेकिन
हाँ वही
एटलीस्ट उतना है कि क्या बोलते हैं देते भी नहीं उतना लेकिन परसों ना परसों नहीं उससे थोड़े थोड़े दिन पहले मेरे पापा ने
I guess I should try
किसी को
making
बोला
it
होगा
seem
किसी
like
के
a
बेटे को
successful
कि
journey.
मेरा बेटा यूट्यूब पे वीडियो बनाता है ये वो
हम्म,
तो उसने मेरा वो मांगा यूट्यूब का मतलब वो नाम मतलब मेरे पापा से कॉल पे बात पूछा मेरा अकाउंट
हम्म।
मैं बोला नहीं दे रहा मैं भाई तुम लोग को दिक्कत होती है फिर
वही तो
वो
बोल
नहीं
रहा हूँ
होना चाहिए मेरे को कभी कभी ऐसा
वही तो
लगता
बोल रहा
है
हूँ सुन आज
Thanks for
आज
waiting
मेरी
here
मॉम
just
क्या
to
कहने
see
लगे
us
पता
off,
है
Kale. We're headed to Sumeru
ये सब
City.
बात हो रही थी तो मॉम बोलते
Don't worry
कि
about me. I can
मतलब
take
दिखता
care
है
of myself.
लेकिन फिर भी
My
मॉम बोलते
condition
हैं
won't be
कि
getting in the way of my duties.
तू
I
इतना
want to
सब
be a
मतलब
forest ranger
ये
after
लाइव
all.
स्ट्रीम वगैरह
It's
करता
up to me
है
and the
सब
others to
ये
protect the
करता है
rainforest
ठीक है जो
here.
भी
हम्म
यूट्यूब
And
पे बोले वो टीवी में क्यों नहीं आता है टीवी में तो दिखता ही
I'm
नहीं हमें
sorry. I should have told you
तो
both about my
ये
condition when we first
ये
met.
कह रही है कि नहीं
I
मम्मी
just
दिखता है ना
wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend,
टीवी में आता है
not
हमारे
some girl
ऐसे
that
करके
needs your
इसने टीवी चालू
sympathy.
की मैंने भाई चूटी काटी मैंने उसको चूटी काटी है
But I
मैं
guess
बोल रहा हूँ
now
तू
I
टीवी चालू
understand
क्यों
that the
ऐसे ही
most
देखने
important
के
thing
लिए
is for
मैं बोला
friends to
हाँ
be
ठीक है
genuine with one
मेरी लाइफ स्ट्रीम
another.
मत कर दियो
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be. We're
मैं
probably
सोच
still
रहा हूँ
gonna
भाई
worry
कि
about
मॉम
your
को कैसे
condition.
बताऊँ
Thank
भाई
you.
क्या
That
क्या
means a
है
lot.
Oh, what is
मेरे
my recipe for
फिर तो
peanut
मैं जो
pockets?
सोच रहा हूँ करने
I
को
told you that I'd
जिसमें
give you a
करियर बनाने
copy,
की सोच
remember?
रहा हूँ मैं
Thanks,
उसके ऊपर
Kale.
सवाल
I
उठने शुरू हो
hope that
जाएंगे
whenever you eat them,
हम्म,
well then, I, trainee forest ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please.
मैं मन ही मन सोच रहा हूँ कि अच्छा है हाथ में नहीं आते लाइव स्ट्रीम वगैरह मेरा
ऐसे तो तेरी बहन की नहीं ऐसे नहीं
वो सोचना मोना निकल गई वो C5 हो गई तेरी माँ की चुद मोना बार 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 आ जाती है अबे अभी ये सुनेंगे क्या होगा भाई
ये फिर बोलेंगे ठीक है कल से आप चले जाओ पापा के साथ उधर हम नहीं खेलने दे रहे थे मैं
हाँ बोले
मैं
बोले
ना
बेच डाल
टेडी
इसी
सुन ना
इसी सब
टेडी मैं ना एक बारी ऐसे ही मेरा लिंक जो लाइव स्ट्रीम का मैंने व्हाट्सएप के स्टेटस पे डाला था ठीक है और तभी हम खेलते थे क्या सोच पबजी मोबाइल ले मेरे मेरे बीच स्ट्रीम में आई है मम्मी बोलने को व्हाट्सएप पे से स्टेटस डिलीट कर ठीक है भाई, करता हूँ, रुक जा, करता।
Sumeru City! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the academia conveniently
देख,
provides
अगर
each
सच
traveler to
मायनों में
Sumeru
बता,
City. Perhaps you
तेरे को
two have
लगता है
heard of the
वेबकैम वगैरह
Akasha
से
before.
ये जो फेस
It's
कैम
our
वगैरह होता है
beloved
उससे
greater
इम्पैक्ट
lord
पड़ता है ना
Rukkhadevata's
कंटेंट
lasting
क्रिएटिंग में?
legacy. A treasure
बहुत
trove of
ज़्यादा मेजर।
collected. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the academia created one of its most ingenious inventions.
क्या?
The Akasha Terminal.
मतलब तेरे को क्या लगता है ये जो फेस कैम वगैरह हो करते हैं, ठीक है, तो उससे कंटेंट क्रिएटिंग वगैरह में इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है ना बहुत? मतलब देख, विदाउट फेस कैम के साथ एक कंटेंट बना रहा है और फेस कैम के साथ कर रहा है तो फर्क पड़ता है ना काफी।
पड़ता है।
और क्योंकि ऑडियंस को स्ट्रीमर के रिएक्शन देखने में बहुत मजे आते हैं।
रिएक्शन ही देखने होते हैं ऑडियंस को, वैसे लौड़ा उनको पड़ी नहीं है कि बेंचोद क्या खेल रहा है, क्या कैसे खेल रहा है, नहीं भाई। ये भी एक स्ट्रीमर है, तेरे का नाम भी पता है, एक्सियन, ठीक है, वो नहीं करता है फेस कैम, बट उसके साथ वाले जितने हैं वो करते हैं, तो उनको क्या बोलते हैं, कनेक्शन हो गया कि भाई एक्सियन अच्छा खेल, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, अच्छा बंदा है ये वो, तभी होता है। बाकी भाई ऐसे ही लाइक क्या बोलते हैं,
कोई गेम प्ले नहीं देखता।
हाँ
और
हाँ
उसकी रीच वगैरह कम है, उसी चीज की वजह से मेरे को लगता भी है।
The operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities.
बाकी देख ना ये फाटू वगैरह के मीम्स क्यों बनते हैं?
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an... Here are your
फिर ये
Akasha
क्या नाम है
terminals.
इसका, फाटू के साथ नाम भूल गया मैं।
टीबोन,
यस।
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself.
Since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet lesser... May the mighty God bless us with their voice of... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing! It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and BAM!
तूने ये सुमेरी वाली क्वेस्ट की थी ना?
Exactly.
आर्मी
That
क्वेस्ट?
is the
पूरी
power
करे
of
थे।
the Akasha.
मस्त है।
And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City.
लास्ट वही है ना बोला, हाँ
Always be your guide.
वो ऊपर आता है, वो ऊंचा लंडे,
स्कारा मुझे।
हाँ
हाँ।
ठीक है।
Okay, now that we're in,
वही लास्ट आर्कन क्वेश्चन ना, वो नहीं है ना, उसके बाद ज्यादा बड़ी ये नहीं है ये।
अब बता, हमारी अभी तक वो चल रही है, मतलब अच्छी टॉक चल रही है, ठीक है, कोई भी फैमिली मेंबर हमारा देखे तो दिक्कत नहीं है क्योंकि अच्छी बात की है। अब बीच में ऐसे भाई बात करते करते समझ नहीं आ रहा कि बीच में कब टॉक्सिक हो गया। तू बोल रहा है वो की है मैंने क्वेस्ट वगैरह, वो आता है ना बैलेड ऑफ लंड। क्या रिएक्शन होगा फिर?
टेणे 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 टेणे।
फिर ऐसे कंटिन्यूअसली चालू रहा, फिर तो सिर्फ व्हाट्सएप से स्टेटस हटाने को नहीं बोलेंगे, फिर बोलेगी चैनल हटा दे। जैसे मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं 18+ कंटेंट वगैरह बनाऊँ, लेकिन वो प्राइवेट रहे एक तरीके से।
Could it be because we're outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru?
तेरा ये 1080p 60 fps है वेब?
नहीं, हाँ हाँ नहीं, 30 है, 30 है।
अच्छा
देखो बोल तो रहा हूँ, तो रुक जा देखा।
तो मेरे को रेकमेंड करेगा कि मेरे को करना चाहिए? सच में
यस।
मेरे से हो पाएगा?
तेरी मर्जी है, मैं तो एक बार मेरे को पहले से वो है ही नहीं,
हम्म।
यू नो दैट।
हाँ लेकिन मैं तेरे को क्या बोल रहा
हाँ,
हूँ कि तेरे को क्या लगता है मेरे से हो पाएगा? क्योंकि शुरू शुरू में भाई ऑब्वियसली यार भाई वीडियो कॉल पे बात ना करे वो बंदे को, भाई ऐसे कैसे लगेगा? हम्म।
नहीं वो तो तेरे को वो करना ही पड़ेगा, यू नो दैट।
हाँ वो तो है।
ये देख,
हम्म।
1080p का ये है, लेकिन आई थिंक सो ये भी 30 है।
बैक कर।
मतलब यार, लेट मी सी। 1080p ही ऐसा ही दिखाता है, 30 है कि 60 और नहीं दिखाता फैंशन।
हाँ लेकिन बैक कर एक बार।
हाँ ले।
ऊपर जा। ये
ब्रायो।
क्रियो ऑल दिख। इसका ऊल, हाँ ये देख। ये कैसा है?
1080p 60 ऑटो फोकस। हम्म।
माइक वगैरह का तो काम है ही नहीं। हम्म।
इसका वही देख लेना, तेरे को उसे आइडिया आ जाए किधर क्या है।
पता है मुझे, देखा है।
वे लाउडे स्टीव, हाँ। ये कैमरा क्वालिटी दिखाओ ना, ये भेड़ चोद कैमरा क्या दिखा रहे हो?
हाँ अच्छा है।
अच्छा अच्छा, यार लिखा है डिसेंट कैमरा फॉर बजट।
ये
वाह।
डिसेंट तो नहीं है, अच्छा है।
लाइट स्ट्रीमिंग और रिकॉर्डिंग आइडिया। यस। अच्छा, लेकिन रो यार, लेट मी सी।
हम्म।
देख रहा है ना। अरे माइमरी की माँ की चीज। और एक्समल डिमला 1080p यूएस में वाइड एंगल है ये, वो भी अच्छा है, बट वाइड एंगल की जरूरत नहीं है ऐसा।
अरे
ऑटो
है
फोकस
तो
की
अच्छी बात है ना, बस।
जरूरत नहीं।
जरूरत नहीं है लेकिन है तो ठीक है, प्लस पॉइंट है ना।
यस। यस। अच्छा, बट तू कहाँ लगाएगा? तू तू अपने मॉनिटर पे ही लगा देगा डायरेक्ट।
और क्या, कहाँ लगाएंगे?
ठीक है ठीक है।
और दूसरी बात,
मेरे को लगा ट्राइपॉड वाइपॉड ले रहा है कुछ।
वो सुन।
हाँ।
मैं ऑन स्ट्रीम ही बोल रहा हूँ। ठीक है। प्लान कुछ अभी पक्का नहीं है कुछ भी, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर हुआ, अगर, ठीक है, तो अहमदाबाद आएगा ना एक दिन के लिए?
ये महीने नहीं,
क्या?
ये महीने आई डोंट थिंक सो, लेकिन हाँ एक दिन के लिए तो आ जाऊंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
वही तो, एक दिन के लिए मतलब आ सकता है ना तू यहाँ पे, क्योंकि देख,
क्या?
सिर्फ सिर्फ ये चीज नहीं होती ना, मतलब प्रॉपर सब कुछ सेटअप वगैरह वो सब भी होता है ना। समझ रहा है कि बैकग्राउंड क्या रहेगा, कहाँ लगाएंगे, क्या बैकग्राउंड में आना चाहिए।
बे तो उसमें क्या है, तेरे को सोचना, तेरे को तो वो ग्रीन स्क्रीन लेनी है।
क्यों
क्या क्यों?
नहीं लेनी है?
तो बैकग्राउंड क्या गांड देखेगा तू? भोसड़ी के, तेरे घर पे एसी है और एक बेड है भैंचो, तो उसमें क्या दिखाएगा तू बैकग्राउंड? है लवड़े।
अबे तो तेरा क्या है बताइयो।
मैं दिखाता हूँ, ये देखिए, ये है एक, और ये यहाँ पे लाइट है आरजीबी। बस ये
अबे
है।
अबे तो गांडू तेरे भी तो इतना ही है, लेकिन तू मैं वो नहीं कह
वैसे हाँ,
रहा
मैं एक चीज लेने की
तेरे को।
सोच रहा हूँ, रुक जा
अबे
देखो।
तेरे को बुला क्यों रहा हूँ वो नहीं समझ रहा तू।
हम्म।
अरे
बोलना।
पीछे बैकग्राउंड वगैरह क्या होगा वही तो सजेस्ट करने के लिए, समझ रहा है, तो वो लाइटिंग वगैरह तो कुछ तू मतलब कर सकता है ना हेल्प, तू जुगाड़ू है,
यस।
समझ रहा है, तो तू हेल्प कर सकता है वो चीज में।
इसमें क्या है, ये छी 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 छी।
मूवी पोस्टर क्यों चाहिए बे।
मुझे एक ले लूंगा
हलवे
भाई।
सिर्फ गेंशिन के आएंगे, गॉड ऑफ वॉर के नहीं आएंगे।
हट बे।
वो एक दो लगा देंगे, गेंशिन के चाहिए,
नहीं,
गेन्यू के।
मैं ऐसे लूंगा, गॉड ऑफ 3 या उसके, क्योंकि मेरा मेरा पता नहीं, मेरा क्लोज कनेक्शन है ये गॉड ऑफ 3 के साथ, या तो फिर 2 सबसे बेस्ट है।
लेकिन तेरा एक और चीज है ना, तू अगर खरीदता है तो तेरा बहुत वो चले जाते हैं, मतलब डेप्थ में चले जाएगा, समझ रहा है, तू पोस्टर वगैरह कुछ लेगा तो मतलब
मतलब
तेरी दूर है ना वॉल, समझ रहा है, मेरी क्लोज है राइट, छोटा रूम है तो। चुप साले। और एक बात बता, अगर ये
ये ले
पोस्टर वगैरह
सकते
लेते हैं तो ये पोस्टर
हैं
बस ऐसे ही लगा देने का वॉल पे।
आप, पीछे डबल टेडिंग करने की लगा दो।
अरे साले।
अब वही करता हूँ मैं, ये भी अच्छा है
अबे
लेकिन नहीं लगा सकते।
हाँ भाई बिल्कुल। बिल्कुल।
निक्के बन जाएगा ब्रो, निक्के।
हम्म। साला।
टेंशन के कैसे लगा, इसके लगाओ, लेकिन
भाई।
दिक्कत है कि भाई ये
वॉल पे देख के पेपर।
वॉल पे देख के पट 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 पट। एक तो हूता भी आ रही है, गेमिंग पोस्टर ही सर्च करो बेच।
भाई वैसे लाइट्स देखियो, बहुत महंगी होती है आई नो, लेकिन देखियो लाइट्स
क्या, कौन सी?
बैकग्राउंड के लिए।
क्या चाहिए?
देख तो।
क्या है? अबे बैंड की चीज, क्या गेमिंग लाइट्स?
अरे
अरे यार।
वो वॉल पे होती है जो जो भी।
हाँ, ये जो राका और उसके पास है।
वो तो एक पीस भी बहुत महंगा है, मुझे पता है वो,
Yes.
आई नो।
तो क्या आते मेरे जैसी, और
अरे
400 रुपए की आती है, जाके ले आप
अरे
बेंच
एक मिनट
दे।
ऊपर कर।
हाँ।
ये नाम वाली क्या होती है देख।
ये
हम्म।
ये भी तू तू अहमदाबाद में रहता तो तू ऑनलाइन क्यों मंगा रहा है इसको?
अरे मैं तो देखने बोल रहा हूँ ना।
ना देख ना।
साला।
इससे क्या देखेगा? अब तेरे पीछे तो भाई वो है, क्या बोलते हैं,
हम्म।
खिड़की है, उधर कहाँ लाएगा तू रियल लाइट?
अरे तो भाई सुन, मैं तेरे को क्या बोल रहा हूँ, चीजें अरेंज कर सकते हैं तू, पीसी को यहीं पे रखे जरूरी थोड़ी है, दूसरी जगह भी लगा सकता है ना, समझ रहा है।
क्या वो वाले रूम में? ठीक है।
नहीं,
अच्छा ठीक है,
यही
ठीक
रूम,
है।
यही रूम लेकिन एंगल चेंज हो जाए,
तो कैसे
समझ
लगा
रहा है।
क्या तेरा एल शेप पे भोसड़ी के?
मेरा एल शेप है लेकिन कनेक्टेड थोड़ी है।
अच्छा, वो तू डबल एक साथ ही लगा सकता है ना, ठीक है
हाँ।
ठीक। बट तेरा तो टेबल ऐसा है कि इधर
हम्म।
दीवार है, मतलब तेरा
हम्म।
दरवाजा,
हम्म।
इधर दरवाजा और इधर तेरी टेबल है, कैसे करेगा?
अ, तू क्या।
हाँ।
अरे भाई सुन,
चल अभी वीडियो कॉल कर।
चुप चुप। बस मैं तेरे को बोलूंगा अगर कुछ प्लान हुआ तेरे को अहमदाबाद आना पड़ेगा एक दिन के लिए।
मेरे को पता है अभी तो लौड़ा प्लान होने वाला है तेरा बहनचोद। ये सब
होएगा तो
बकचोदी
आएगा
कर
ना।
रहा हूँ मैं।
होएगा तब आएगा ना साले, लेकिन
आ जाऊंगा।
हाँ डिमोटिवेटेड मत
बस
करना।
10 तारीख से 15 तारीख के बीच में तक वो सोच ले।
चल रहा है वो भाई टेडी भाई।
हाँ
टेडी
सेटअप हाँ
टेडी
हाँ मैं
10
देख रहा हूँ इसका फोकस स्ट्रीम देख रहा था, मैं बोला क्या ही चल रहा है भाई।
क्या बोल रहा है वो?
10 से 15 तारीख के बीच में ले ले भाई, कुछ भी कर रहा है तेरे को।
10-15 भाई क्या पागल है क्या?
नहीं तो नेक्स्ट
15 लेके क्या
10-15।
करेगा?
अबे तभी पैसे होते हैं मेरे पे। फिर खत्म हो जाते हैं पैसे मेरे पैसे।
इनका लगाओगे क्या? राइडन का लगाओगे?
हाँ भाई बिल्कुल। और सुनना वो
हाँ
ये बोलता है राइडन का लगाओगे कि नहीं लगाओगे? मैं बोला हाँ भाई लगाएंगे।
that's
और
me.
वो भी जैसा
Can I
नहीं
help you?
लगाएंगे हम, वो जापानीज कैंसर सीन
अरे
जापानीज कैंसर।
7 टका बैटरी बेंचोद रुक जाएगी।
Never gonna give you up, never gonna give me now.
क्या?
कुछ नहीं।
ठीक है।
What?
हाँ।
Tainari?
Tara.
Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most...
Here, this is a letter from.
Oh, let me see.
ये
Seems
Arlichino
even
आई
Tainari
है।
acknowledges my innate ability for procuring...
चलिए ना।
Arlichino
Is it you two would like to know?
ये सारे लौड़े आर्लिचिनो का आर्चेलिनो आर्चेलिनो क्यों करते हैं?
क्या मतलब
You
मिलो?
want to meet the Dendro Archon herself?
हाँ बट तू मतलब नाम दमियन होते हैं। ओके
Let me see what I can find in the
नहीं भाई
Akasha.
जो तूने पुकारा अभी वही नाम है इसका।
नहीं मैं देखा क्योंकि इसकी आवाज ना मेरे को ना एग्जैक्ट क्या बोलते कुणाल की जैसी लगती।
छी।
हाँ वही मैं सोचता हूँ छी।
What about your abilities for getting
टेडी क्या लगाएगा?
info than we did?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. All I know is that ever since...
Didn't expect
The Dendro Archon is
इससे
somewhat of
बता
a
भाई बात
recluse.
चल रही है बस।
Perhaps she just...
बस वही सुन के मैं आया, बोले क्या सोचा? लाइट है, बात चल रही है, ऐसे बात चल रही है, बोले ये देखो
Not being able to see Lesser
स्ट्रीम
Lord
चल रही है,
Kusanali, in this
ऐसे
world,
चल रहा
there
है।
will always be information you can... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish the...
Okay.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, Hey, come on! This is a survival...
Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild.
अबे 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 चुरा लिया है तुमने, सॉरी।
चुरा लिया है तुमने, सॉरी।
यस।
Ad Astra Abyssask. Hello, traveler in Paimon.
डैडी अभी कैसे मैं जी रहा हूँ तेरे को कैसे होता हूँ?
मुंह से बता दो, चलेगा।
और कहीं से बता सकते हो तो
Understood.
तो
The
तुम्हारा
Adventurers Guild is
तरीका है।
always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
हाँ,
ठीक है, जी रहा हूँ।
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's
Oh.
Archon.
Yeah, well.
Understood. Please wait.
स्ट्रीम के बाद रही हो मेरे पास, मतलब ये टॉपिक पे बात करने के लिए।
क्या जी रहा हूँ?
I apologize,
तेरे पे
but I
रहेगी?
am unable to call up any relevant information in the
नाम
Akasha.
अच्छा है बे डैडी। जीने नहीं दूंगा, मैं लिखूंगा जी रहा हूँ।
ठीक है भाई, ठीक है भाई।
Another dead end. Well,
गाइस गाइस एक मिनट जरा, मैं कॉल आ रहा
don't know anyone else to ask
है,
now.
कॉल पे बात
Please
करते
do
हैं।
not worry. I may know of
Shit.
someone who can help you two.
ये तो जहरी निकल।
In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the... They take on various contracts and work all across An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly. They are named as such because their ranks number Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circle. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck.
All right, off to the Citadel of Redgear we go.
I wonder when I'll be...
And go, Barbara, go. Keep going.
डैडी क्या हो गया, फिर से चुप हो गया?
हाँ ऐसे
ऐसे ही चुप हो जाए। ऐसे तो ट्रिपल कराउन कर लेंगे। आर्ची लेना। बारबरा का तो मेरा एक ही है सारा का भी। बारबरा अभी मैं ना बिल्ड करने का सोच वैसे तो नहीं रहा, लेकिन एक हीलर के लिए जो भी वो चाहिए ना, क्या बोलते हैं, उतना कर लूँगा मैं उसका, कि कभी ज़रूरत पड़ी तो वो
The
नहीं है।
Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who... Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the...
Wait, serious?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used... It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumer...
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care in their eyes. She was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just... Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rukadeva. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's...
Really? Aw. After hearing...
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation.
All right, well...
No problem. Always happy.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire...
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Junior Zod, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then...
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy.
वो नहीं है डनी हजार्ड। हाँ वही
The man journeyed in despair. He thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what?
And then the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar. Oh, Archon Seeker. Do you now understand? She and along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing.
Yeah, thanks for the story.
In a way, it seems like the story is.
भाई चालू हुआ अभी हाय 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 it gives me goosebumps.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord
Teddy.
Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
ये क्या बोलते हैं इसका सुमेरु का मेन थीम सॉन्ग भाई चिल्स तो देता है।
Of course. So did you two know that?
Like नहीं बजा था ये मेन थीम सॉन्ग। हाँ हाँ नो 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 वो वाला।
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's see if we
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress?
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you?
Yeah, she went that way.
कितने आराम से झूठ बोल.
Quick, after her.
That's
Ronja yard.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to... Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place...
Yeah?
यहाँ से तो स्ट्रीम बंद कर ले.
ठीक है.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
But I don't think so, Teddy, कि तेरे को माइक की जरूरत है. अगर तेरे को लाइक क्या बोलते हैं, हाँ ठीक है, तेरी मर्जी है. मेरे को भी कभी कभी लगता था कि, और है भी, कि भाई मिल जाता माइक मजा आ जाता, बेंचोद इतना गांड फाड़ता, लेकिन ठीक है.
We made it.
नहीं वो बात नहीं
They
है
shouldn't be
भाई.
able to find us now.
वो सब बातें हैं.
Wait, stand down, Dia.
थिंग इज की क्वालिटी तो ऐड होती है ना उससे. होती है, ऑब्वियसली होती है. जितना भी कह ले, लोग ऐसे ही नहीं खरीदते हैं.
My lady, who are
कैसे?
these two?
माइक से
नहीं,
अच्छे माइक से
उतना ज्यादा नहीं फर्क पड़ता ना.
पड़ता है फर्क, लेकिन
नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि अभी ना वो सीन आ गया है. देख, पहले क्या होता था कि लोग हेडफोन का माइक क्यों नहीं यूज करते थे, क्योंकि पंखा बाजू में भी चल रहा हो, ठीक है, तो उसमें से एलगाटो मतलब ओबीएस में जितना भी हो कर लो, नॉइस कैंसलिंग ये वो हलवे ही लग जाते थे. क्योंकि तेरे को भी पता है कि ऐसे वैसी आवाज आती रहती है, ठीक है. बट अभी ना, नहीं माइक अच्छे ही थे. और अबे साले हलवे, ये 3 साल पहले का ये हेडफोन है मेरा बैच, अभी भी अच्छा ही चल रहा है माइक. लेकिन द थिंग इज ना कि ये एनवीडिया ब्रॉडकास्ट जब से आया है ना, उसमें जो नॉइस कैंसिलिंग है ना, मतलब मेरा दोस्त यहाँ पे बाजू में बैठा हुआ है, भी कुछ बोल रहा हूँ ना, वो नहीं है.
वो तो ओबीएस में भी है.
नहीं है.
नॉइस गेट वगैरह है तो साले.
अबे नॉइस गेट की बात नहीं कर रहा मैं.
अच्छा,
साले नॉइस गेट लगा के देख और बाजू में पंखा चला के देख, बेंचो लौड़े लग जाएंगे तेरे नॉइस गेट के. और अभी मैं ना ये बाजू में अपना कूलर भी चालू करके छोड़ दूँ ना, और सिर्फ मैं बात करूँ, मेरी आवाज़ जाएगी एनवीडिया ब्रॉडकास्ट से. वो नहीं होता, लाइक क्या बोलते, कूलर की आवाज़ नहीं जाती है. और नॉइस गेट से हलवे लगते हैं. बट तेरे को तो क्या ही है, तेरे को एसी है तेरे पास. मैं ही गरीब हूँ.
They happen to notice that you were all searching for me, so...
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
खुद को गरीब बोल रहा है.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see the... My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying.
And if I refused?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you...
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? so you never listen to my parents ever again. Double?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my... That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality, and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be... Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to, because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you, but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination. Not...
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. Minor.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an...
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's...
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about lesser...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in Nick. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself?
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap.
Charcoal baked Angelina cakes. Fan chud. Charcoal गिला रहा है.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have against my slime dishes? Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost no...
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen...
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any help for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-con. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was... At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
How do I explain this?
You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dinnerzad, is there anything you want? What? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. But, can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel. Desert. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. Nor would I have learned how that voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for...
What's the Sub-Zerus?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus Fest, maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death. It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus Festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilou, the one who sends flowers to the...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arm.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilou sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilou to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilou will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Go, Barbara, go!
sorry I'm late.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. But you... Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out.
Not completely. Oh. And...
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City, and are looking for...
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sub-Zero. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do.
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage.
Wow!
Not bad. Huh. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was at work. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we...
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold... Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already.
It's our dream.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the fest?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros. The most important...
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin of this?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you too about... According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the god... A long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord Rukadev, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and as she danced upon the grass, those brilliant purple flowers became her... Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had... Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing, though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to...
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendra Archon. I also noticed...
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all. It's just...
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Patisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers.
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me... If my stage were anything like that... So, Traveler...
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides, it's
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've... Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali. And
in that case, we'll take...
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so... Did you know that the Sub-Zeros festival is about to happen?
Huh. Revamping the state. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that... Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. I mean...
Dancing at this as a child. I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was my grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusana, the Sub-Zeros festival has been losing its appeal.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a... Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best. And when it comes to musicians...
Steady, go!
माँ की
Nilu, your outfit.
I thought I'd act.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Of course. The legends say. Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine. Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Whoa! Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Teyvat to...
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his...
Yes, and you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead...
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. Oh, it looks like it's...
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the...
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all.
Daddy.
There's something really
अगर नेटलैंड में जाके
Catherine today.
Hey, traveler.
इधर वो सेवन के पास गया
I've got something to tell
बोला
you.
बेंच
My
मैं
lady
तो
knows
ये
you're looking for
एलिमेंट ही
ways
नहीं
to
ले
impress her
सकता
Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious?
फिर वो आर्कॉन को मारना पड़े हमें
Necessarily pan out,
फिर ही
so don't
एलिमेंट
get
ले
your hopes
सकते
up too
हैं
much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some
क्वेजी
questions.
क्वेजी सीन हो जाएगा ना
My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Redgear.
आर्कॉन को ही मारना पड़े बेंच
The Citadel of Redgear and wait for Dia.
Sorry, Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met.
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and...
Look, Dia's blushing.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to... Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here?
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two.
Rukshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses. So people from all... Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys...
Just recently, the Academia lost something. And there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the academia than anything. Let me fill you in. The academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the...
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population...
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha knowledge. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students?
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the home. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you bet there are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that...
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to... Well, Traveler, that's about...
Thanks, Dia! And since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival. Good. Then we'll see you both...
चलो गाइस दैट्स इट अभी के लिए 3 घंटे की स्ट्रीम हो गई है बाय बाय
3 घंटे से कब से कर रहे हैं
देखना 2 घंटे 55 मिनट की हुई है
55 मिनट अच्छा
यस चलो गाइस तो बाय बाय सी यू और हाँ ये असली बैकग्राउंड है यस कभी कभी हमें भी मिल जाता है भाई बेड लेकिन मैं यहाँ पे नहीं नीचे सोफे पे सोता हूँ ये